It's week 2.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Fields. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trenton Simpson. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Here you look at this Bronco defense. Coming into this one, ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down. They work now on 2nd and 9. In motion right, that's Dell. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and a give to Robinson. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage is awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Richardson looking to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Williams. A strong run. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He's got a full head of steam on his horse. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Javonte Williams with career touchdown number 60. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's been a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him because they're creating spaces and holes for him to run through. He's making people miss, running through tackles. They are locked in a big way and confident about this game as well.
Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action with Richardson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. Very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
2nd down and 4. Robinson up the middle. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. When you look at this Bronco defense, they come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. Well, how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. The Texans at 5-3 now on the year. They coming off the loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple of months, CD. 5 wins in their last 8 games.
Last week they took one on the chin, but to me, this is a pretty resilient bunch. So I don't think they'll dwell too much on that loss. They'll be looking to come out in this one and make amends right now.
2nd and 9. Here's Richardson to throw. Here's a screen for Robinson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And some room to work. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. Now, able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it 2nd and 7. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Okay, 3.
They'll try to run this one in. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Moody good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
121 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Here we go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Off play action. Fields. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
3rd and long. It's Fields. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, Try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Give them the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in, went heavy. No surprise I knew it was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Robinson with another carry. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. He's got a man that's caught left sideline. A huge play there for Houston. 46 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Got it. Ready?
2nd and 6. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. Jake Moody now on for the field goal. This from 32 yards away, and his kick is right there. It's good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Offense now as they get set to take over here. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Here we go.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. To throw is Fields. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Fields now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Ready?
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. Again, Fields. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Back to throw. Fields. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And that is no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good. Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable. And really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Richardson off the play fake. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Broncos are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offensive coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
2nd and 10. Here's Fields. A short one there, caught by Likely. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. To the air again, Fields. Buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nolan Smith. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And he missed it. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we sit, halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. So here are the Texans to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Second half begins with a run by Robinson. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Third and 3. Now it's Richardson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Second and 9 from the 44. Richardson looking to throw this. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Back to Robinson now on first down. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
So from the 26-yard line, here's the second down and 6. They'll run again here with Robinson. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On third down, Robinson. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. It's a loss loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
Richardson on 4th down. And he is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Moody good with the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive. Yards, 10 plays, and the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter action in Denver. Fields. Finding Williams once more, complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
This is fielded at the 27. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Texans will take over. Houston set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Robinson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Let's go now. Broncos switch. Broncos.
On the give, here's Robinson. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. Shedding through the defense and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 93 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
In my book, that's running the ball well but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Texans in control of the football. This game as well as we start the fourth. The offense on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Hand off now to Robinson. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Here we go.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, here's Richardson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Broncos are right back in this football game. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. miracle. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Fields, he's got this to Williams, complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Javonte Williams. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Broncos have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he returns this to the 22. And now out comes Houston. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
They'll run it now with Robinson. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Ready.
Here's Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. On the run, it's Robinson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
On the 6. Come on. Hit.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Houston. Bijan Robinson with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Texans use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
24, Broncos 14. Jake Moody
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. So the Broncos now down by 10. Just over a minute 40 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down.
Don't jump.
All eyes on Fields. Pass complete. It's likely. Into space at the 45. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Well, 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. Here's Fields. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Oh, I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break.
4th down. Fields has to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Texans defense stands tall. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And the Texans are going to have a first down, and that is the big one, as they should be able to run it out from here.
Let's ride, dog. Hey.
Robinson gets the toss on the right side. Down to about the 37. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Toss play to Robinson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.